Chapter 15. Phileas was a prisoner, and the only thing he knew was that until the next day he would be taken to London. On the other hand, Passepartout and Aouda were outside very sad about what was happening today. At 2 in the afternoon, the furious screams of his servant arguing with Fix began to be heard. Fogg's eyes lit up. The detective opened the door and said, "The real thief was caught 3 days ago. You are innocent, you can leave." Phileas left his cell calmly, but with a quick movement he hit Fix, who said nothing, because he understood that he deserved it. Meanwhile, the 3 adventurers hurried towards the train station. They searched a locomotive that was willing to take them to London at that moment. At 3 in the afternoon they set off at full speed towards their destination. Along the way they encountered some obstacles. When we arrived at the station the clocks showed 8:50. Phileas Fogg, after going around the world, was 5 minutes late. He had lost. Chapter 16. The next day no one knew anything about Phileas. When he left the station he went to his house defeated. He was locked in his room and asked that one be prepared for Aouda so that she could rest. In the afternoon he wanted to talk to her. "I want to apologize for bringing her here. I wanted to take her to Holland, but after all this, I'm broke. I lost the bet and all my money on this trip. You saved me and you shouldn't apologize for anything. I am the one who owes my life to you and it is part of my fault that you were delayed on her trip and lost the bet," Aouda responded very sadly. "I couldn't leave her in that place, it's not her fault, I decided it," said Fogg. "Phileas, I want to stay with you and be your wife, I love you." Fogg was surprised, but at the same time moved by his words. "I love you, with all my heart. Let's get married right away." Passepartout heard the words of his master and ran to the church to plan the wedding the next day, that is, Monday. Chapter 17. The day Fouquet was due to arrive in London, all the people were at the Royal Club waiting for his arrival. Many had added to the bet and were eager to see him walk through the door. The newspapers talked about Phileas and his trip around the world. At 8:40 everyone was anxious, some assured that he would arrive and others believed that he would not make it. When the clock struck 8:44 minutes and 57 seconds, the doors opened and everyone shouted with joy. "Here I am, gentlemen," said Fogg. "That's how it is." Phileas entered the Royal Club on December 21st at 8:44. That day Passepartout had gone out to church to plan the wedding between Fogg and Aouda, but when he arrived with a priest to ask him to marry them the next day, the man told him that that was not possible. It was 8:35 at night, and Passepartout hurried to Phileas' house and said, "Mister, it is impossible for him to get married tomorrow." "Impossible?" "Yes, you can't do it, because tomorrow is Sunday." "No, it's Monday," Fogg said very confidently. "No, today is Saturday, December 21st. "You were wrong, we arrived a day early. But there is no time to waste, it is 8:35. Passepartout roughly grabbed his master and hurried him out of the house. At 8:44 minutes and 57 seconds, Phileas Fogg won the bet and was rich again. What had happened was that in going around the world, Fogg had seen the sun rise 80 times, but being on the other side of the world, he reached the sun and had saved a day, so while he counted one more sunrise, in London it was night and, therefore, that day did not count yet. 2 days later Aouda and Fogg were married, and Passepartout was his wedding witness, since he was already more than a servant. On the other hand, Phileas forgave Fix, and since he did not bear any grudge against him he invited him to his wedding. You might be wondering what he gained in the end. Fogg with this trip did spend more money than he had earned. The answer is very simple, he gained 2 new friends, a great adventure and met the love of his life, the beautiful Aouda. That's enough reason to go around the world, don't you think?